Previously on Cradle to the Grave. Several episodes back, BED built a coal depot to be used to fuel tractors, trucks, and other vehicles to handle local resource logistics.
Hello Pioneers, I hope you're well. My name is Bed and this is Satisfactory and my Let's Play series Cradle to the Grave. On today's episode we are going to mess around with global logistics. And we're not going to overwhelm old Bed here with planning out the entire globe of paths and stuff like that. But on a previous episode, as noted, we built this coal fuel plant, or depot, not plant. So a little sugar cube goes up to there. There's the sugar cube. I'm looking at the GPS, the compass. So it goes over to the docking station, gets coal, drops it off right here, and the coal gets fueled into just the fuel ports. So trucks that drive through there going that way, or there going that way, will fill up their little sugar cube gas tank. Or trucks now. I think we surely have trucks now. Explorers and even cyber wagons we could use. Which is really cool. The trucks are huge, awesome, and I love them. But I also really love tractors, the sugar cube. These things fill my heart with so much joy that I want to use an absolute ton of them. So to use them, we need to do a few things. We need to design a proper truck station that we're happy with, that we can use to put down, so I can put down miners on the nodes, attach them to truck stations, and then have the trucks deliver them to, let's be serious, train stations for larger global logistics. Now we're not going to get through planning all of that, but we are going to do the basics that we need to start hooking all of these nodes up, have them come to a place like this. We're going to build some more of these, surely, and then take them around. There is a great spot that I like a lot right up here that is nice and flat that I want to use as the hub for the global train network. We'll run over there in just a second. Or maybe not. I don't think we'll get that far today. But let's go back and start designing a truck station that we can just plop down. And I don't want it to be super, super detailed. Honestly, even if it's just a platform with a truck station on it, I think I'll be happy. And first things first, let's look inside of the milestones and see about getting Fix-It Blueprints Mark II so we can do our work in there. Okay, we almost have everything. Just need to pop into the Dimensional Depot and grab some stuff. And a little bit of handcrafting never hurt anybody. Awesome, Mark II Blueprinter. Alright, so there's our Mark I Blueprinter. And you know what, I had intended, when I started this series, and when I started this season, and when I started 1.0, I intended to have a blueprinter for every blueprint I designed, just to keep it up and active, so I could go to one spot, like a blueprinting area, and look at them, and then tweak them, and then save them without having to load and reload. I still kind of want to do that, but that's not what we're doing today. So I am going to use this space right here to build the Mark II Blueprint Designer. I think that'll do this pretty well. And oh, it looks big. Only one foundation bigger in each direction, but that's a lot of meters. Gotta hand make some more. Don't judge me. Ah, screw this. That was supposed to be funny because I needed screws. We really need to make a heavy modular frame factory as well, and we will do that very, very soon. But I want to do logistics first because, you know,
A baby could have found this.
Okay. Because, you know, my new shtick of basically showing you how I'm going to do everything, and then once I do it, we don't have to do it every time, just to save time and let me kind of get stuff done and move forward. And so a big part of that is going to be getting these truck stations down, because then when I need resources, we'll just go out and find a node, and then I'll just plop it down, and we know that the logistics network will work and get everything that we want everywhere that we want it. So, yeah, this isn't going to be where it lives, so that'll work. And then right in the center here. Perfection. Satisfaction guaranteed. Alright, let's look at a truck station. we're going to want... Let's look at foundation. No, let's look at a truck station. So there are 2 foundations wide. So let's build it kind of offset. 2 foundations wide. We can work with that. Let's do it to it. And now let's put a truck station down and go and test it and see if up on a foundation like this, that trucks going under it will be able to pick up the goods. I think that'll be a good first test, and then maybe we'll design some sort of little hut around it. I don't know, I don't care. All right, and there's some some iron nodes right over here we can test it on. I hope you enjoyed the Fixmas episode. I had a lot of fun recording and editing that one. My goal was to sit down, play for less than 1 hour, and then edit in less than 1 hour and get a video out on the first day, and it was a lot of fun. I like the idea of doing that as opposed to what I've been doing lately, which is, you know, playing for 4 hours, editing for 8 hours, and getting a 45-minute video. I like this format better, but I do always fear about just not really getting anything done in an episode. I think this is gonna work okay. Let us add a miner. Well, that's right, I'm out of portable miners. Let's cut this out after making some portable miners by hand.
He didn't.
Alright, let's add a cheeky little miner now. And then we'll run some power over. Yeah, just right here. Let's upgrade that. Alright, now let's grab a sugar cube. Or heck, let's do a truck. Okay. Now let's record a path. I'm gonna go right through here. I hit F to load. Did it work? Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, so, okay, that's actually a good enough test. I was able to get a pause node by hitting F or just driving through it. So it does recognize that. Let's get the chainsaw out. And even though this isn't going to stay here. Okay, great. That'll work. Let's go and make it a little bit prettier, just so we don't hate looking at it. But I don't want to spend very much time on this. Or maybe we should. This is going to be an important part of the whole world. Yeah, let's trim the concrete with some steel basic walls. I love it. And maybe some sort of fence or barrier. Oh, I like these high barriers. Let's put them like... Put them something like this. If I'm gonna... Well, I was gonna say if I'm gonna replicate that on the other side, I should do it, but it doesn't have to be exact to be replicated. In fact, sometimes things are cool. Yo, JJ, you were right in my business. Yeah, so it'd have that touching there. And then another one angled out. You know, angle it like that, yeah. Let's actually make them different on purpose. I love it. And let's put some sort of other... Put like a low barrier. The edge like that. Yeah, there's no rules here, we're just kind of playing around. Yeah, I love it. You know, I liked the tarp construction fence. Yeah, I don't like that color, but ooh, yeah, let's make that Caterium finish. I love it. And then a fully black, I think, for that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I love it. Let's add a power pole that we can make Mark II, because the idea is we're going to be dropping these down next to miners, right? And so then we can have all the miners easily connected up to it as well. And then probably want some sort of structure around it. Like walls or something. Let's check it out. We get basic walls like that, and then paint them Caterium. Oh, I really like this, like, fancy gold. That's cool. Let's do the same thing there. And we'll put a power outlet. A double wall power outlet. Oops, I didn't select the double wall. Here we go. And yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this Caterium vibe. How's the copper look on the... Oh man. I really like these on these walls. They're really slick. I'm gonna definitely use that a little bit more. Just do everything in Caterium, it's so cool. Yeah, literally all of this. But not that. We don't have gold, or do we have? We're up absolutely devastating this planet for resources. Maybe we do have extraneous gold that we use to make tarps. Okay, let's remove the back of this to add more foundations. Like so, because I want to put a storage container on all of these. Right, something like that. There, put it right there, and we can use max Mark IV belts on this. That way we get... Ooh. Doesn't match the height. That's fine. I'm just gonna move it back a little bit. Probably just one step or so, I'd say. Let's go back one more because we're not really hurting for space back here. So I'm not fussed. Yeah. You know, what if we put some sort of trim? And then delete the bottom ones. And then expand that. And then what we need to make that look like it's not just clipping, that it's going through like a hole. So we could try, let's get a number 1. And then do something like that. But then it's gonna hold like a little crate and go through it. I think I like the idea of just not having anything in front. Yeah, right there. There's the claw that's gonna grab a crate, so it's gonna slide in and out of right there. Do we want to put like what's that called? A gate floor? Yeah, that's kind of cool. Just needs to be down a little bit further. Let's do it. Gate hole wall. That looks centered. Okay. Let's give this a Keterium touch. And then we need to fill in right here. Maybe something like that. And then we need like beams or something architectural. Yeah, oh, like something on the top right there. I like it. It's just nice and basic. And looks sort of purposeful. Just adding some random trim might be nice. Hopefully that holds the crate around. It should, right? And not, I mean, it should hold the crate within the arms and not below them. I think we're good. Oh, I love it so much. Let's extend this one all the way down. So we can extend that one to go all the way down. And then we'll extend it down on this side and this side, just like that, and then we'll replicate that, and we're done. Actually, I want to fix that. I want to make sure I go from the top of that, and I want to turn this way. Yeah. And, oh, you know what? It's missing one last little connection, except I don't want to go from the top of that one. I want to go from there. Like that. Perfect. Kind of make it look like a frame. I love this. I think I'm done. I think I'm happy with it. I just realized these are likely to be floating out there on uneven ground. So we'll test it a little bit more before we finalize. We could always change that by hand too, but kind of defeats the purpose of the blueprint. Oh, you know what? I want a light too. Let me move the power line from this to there to there to there. I love it. A little complexity just for complexity's sake, but I'm okay with it. All right, next thing's next. I want to kind of build just in this road here. One thing I want to do in this entire world is build a little bit more like freestanding things, like that aren't part of a grid or a factory, that are just like not necessarily monuments, but let me show you what I mean. What I mean is that I want a foundation, say right here, and let's build like a road archway and clear some of this out. So we have nice roads. I don't want to build roads out of foundations. I don't like that. I feel like it gets too samey. I feel like they get too straight. And I want to use the natural roads. I think that's cooler. And that's my opinion, so that's what I'm going to do. I think this will be grand. Maybe these ones too. Yeah. So we're gonna make this thing at least that long. Let's make it an archway because we can. And I like archways. And then it's Marty. Hey, Marty. Well, yes, obviously I've messed this up, haven't I? No, it just needs more. It just needs a half. Confuse myself a second, as one does. The cool part about this is that it can be kind of standalone and designed. I want to rerun that path. It'll be fine though. I mean, he'll teleport through at some point. He'll try to go around. Yeah, he might even go around. Doesn't matter. Let's just play with this a little bit. Yeah, he made it through okay. We'll still rerun his route, but we don't have to worry about it yet because he'll still be good. Alright, something like that. And then I guess just to keep this kind of uniformly thick, I will indeed run another half foundation under these and then a full one on the outside. The cool part about doing that in this clipping is that we can kind of clip it into wherever we need. Like we can continue to clip it right here to make it look purpose-built. And I love nothing more than just having things look purpose-built. I love it. So let's do the same thing on this side. Alright, now let's verify. Yeah, I'm pretty sure train tracks can go through this if we were to need them to. We could also always tear this down. I've been building this for, what, 2 minutes? And it could always be redone. And with just a little bit more design work and a little bit more vertical height if needed, yes, it will be needed, we could use things like this as as built bridges. So we can now have trucks go this way. And then that's really cool. We have a bridge. And I don't know, bridges are pretty cool. All right, now we just need to add depth, but I'm not really, am I feeling creative enough to do that? Actually, we don't need to be that creative, do we? We could just do something like that till there, maybe. Something like that. And then put like a 1 meter one. Not like that. Let that go all the way across. Yeah, now I just need to measure that. What is it? It's 2 meters. Yep, so now we can replicate it on the back. So 1, 2. This one goes vertical to almost the top. And then we go to a 1, and then we go, and we come out half. What if we had copper finish now? Love that. Now we're not completely done. I might want to add some lights to this. Like I said, add bridges across the top. And I'm going to need to move these power tower platforms so they're not clipping through. But that's not what we're doing today. Let me catch this sugar cube, turn this pathing on so I can see where it goes. Oop. Got an achievement for that. Wait. Just can't. I can't get on it. Kind of love that though. Show or hide path. It's not working. Do I have to disable the autopilot first? Why isn't show and hide path working? For some reason my X hotkey isn't working for that. Alright, excellent. So that well, I gotta redo this path anyway, but what I can do is put a truck path, or a truck station right here to get this node. Because I do want to get every node on the planet, I don't want to leave any unused. At some point. I mean, when we build Grave, the whole point of Grave is that it's going to be the final factory and going to make whatever the complete Phase 5 products are, or whatever the worst... let me rephrase that. We need to make the most we can of whatever makes the most coupons so we can get every single statue as fast as possible. That's the whole point. Well, that's not the whole point. The whole point is having fun, right? But getting through all the content, and getting all the content means getting every statue. And so we might as well have a goal of doing them as fast as possible. And give us a reason to have a giant factory at the end. Alright, I am going to add a power tower over here. And then, you know what we need to do? We need to look up portable miners. I'm almost positive I would have selected that recipe. Yeah, right here. An assembler. We're gonna want to get that set up too, because now we're at the phase of adding logistically all of these ores into a logistics network that we're going to be designing as we go. And because of that, we're going to need lots of miners. So we might as well build a little miner factory. But again, not today. And all miners will be the highest, all nodes will have the highest miner possible and be fully overclocked. So we get as many resources as we can use. Let's grab a power pole Mark II. I'd like to unlock Mark IIIs when we are able. Let's get this all hooked up though, and we'll do our first truck station. And then it looks like we're gonna have time after all to go and talk about the train hub. Going to want to keep this open for trucks. So let's tuck. Need a vantage point. Let's tuck the truck station as close into here as we can. So blueprints, test 1. think that looks pretty good. Oh no, it's clipping way too much. I know it was yellow from clipping, but I thought it was just that power pole, which we're gonna move now that I remember that I put one in here. You know what I could do is I could put a merger right in the blueprint. If I move that forward just ever so slightly, we can. Alright, but to avoid clipping, better run these after the fact. Yeah. 2, 3, go into there. And then that can be attached right there. Alright, now this doesn't have to be anything amazing. We're just hooking them up. This would be, I think, the least interesting thing to worry about. There we go. We can do it like that. And then here what I can do is turn these miners to be pointing at an easier merger. Just to make our lives a little bit easier. I don't love having a merger right on the ground, but I think it'll look better than building like a weird little stand for it. Let's check. We don't have 600 belts yet, so we're not going to have enough speed on this belt for both of these miners yet, but that's okay. And I just realized we could use a balancer to get all the ore out. Because 300, 600, 900, and then 480, and 480 is bigger than 900. So we can handle all, excuse me, we can handle all of the ore, but we would need to do some more splitting, and I don't care enough to do that. But yeah, so it works, right? It's as easy as that. Let's run back to the blueprinter and put maybe some mergers right into it. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do that. In here, you know what? Easy peasy, we can clear the blueprinter and then paste test one right into it. Yeah, and then we'll put it up this edge. Yeah, I love it. Now we can mess with it. We have a little bit more room. Oh, right. We wanted to move this forward a little bit. So right now it's at just past that line. Let's try it again. We got space. Here. Oh no, remember I just remember that the reason we had that back more is because of this belt. So let's see if that gives us enough room. Works that way. Yeah, that works. There, now we can put 2 mergers right in there. With Mark... Oh, you dirty dog. Okay, that's fine. Don't get discouraged. We can slide those ever so slightly back, and they're still within the footprint. That's going to work really well. And it still doesn't work. What is even happening? Oh. I'm getting those lines not... Okay, let's try this again. They weren't lined up is the problem, so now we gotta go back to the very beginning. Lock the hologram. Yeah, see, it's off. That should work now. Our original plan. Yeah. And let's make this look supported by... Yeah, that's kind of cool, I think. Oh no, it's not good. They're sticking way too far out. If I can get another clipped in there somewhere. I think that's enough support, honestly. They are connected here at the front, right? So they look supported. That's just holding up this back edge of this conveyor. You know, in our imagination. I love it, and I'm calling this finally done. So, there we go. I love it so much. I'm so happy. It's getting dark. Let's go and see. Oh, I love that. I love that, and we can just have these all over the place at every resource node. We'll be able to just collect up all the resources we need very easily, route them wherever we need. It can go point to point, like they could come from a truck station like this to another truck station at a factory. It could go to a logistical train add-on. I don't know. I mean, this is gonna be super duper cool. So now say we did want to drive those trucks from that iron to the train logistical network. Oh, actually, you know what? I was gonna run over here to this area I was talking about to show you what I mean by a hub, but that's like where the trains will go, right? So I'll have a train go from here, it'll swoop down here to like right here, and then this is where that truck station will go. Well, actually it'll go down here, fuel up with coal, come back, drop the iron here, go back here, pick up iron, go down here, fill up with coal, and go back. That's how it'll work. And then we'll use a train to go over to the train hub. Another thing we're going to need to design at some point, I think, is traffic markers. Down there I'd been using the power towers to do that, but I don't want to do that every time. I want to have like, you know, just like some sort of, I don't even know what, I guess. Probably something I drop down and it's like a power tower and it says, you know, traffic in this direction, this side only. But until we do that, I do need to mark it. So maybe just with big concrete pillars, I could do it. So that way, when I'm going on the right, since I'm American, I'm just gonna drive right side drive. And this way I can make sure I keep all of the truck paths separated. And that'll make me happy, I think. Gonna have to clear foliage as we go. Want the roads clear of hazard. Maybe I should get the chainsaw off and use the new single braking functionality. So I could take down like where my crosshair is right there. I can take that plan out, but not destroy those. And I'm just heading up. I'm right here. You know, the coal's down there. And the idea was to go around that way. But then I remembered that we had those pressurized wells, which I think was either water or nitrogen. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Either way, I don't want to block it. So we're gonna take a detour over here and see if this works. And yeah. Oh yeah, this is leading right to that spot I want. Oh no! Okay. Let's see if we can go around this way. Otherwise, we're going to have to build a bridge or a ramp anyway. Oh, there's the resource well I was talking about. Although, if we had a bridge, where does that eject us? Let's go back around this cliff face and see. Because it might even be, or what I'm seeing right now, it seems like even if I build a little bridge ramp up that area, that it isn't going to be where we want to be. I've lost myself. Okay, here's that cliff. Oh, this is not where we want to be. No, so we're definitely just going to go around it. That'll be pretty cool too. And you know what? I'm not going to run. I'm going to do what I said with the trains, right? This is going to be for a train line, not for the trucks. And we're going to bring it all the way right here. We can surround the bowl. Not surround the bowl. What I mean to say is we can have truck lines going either direction around the bowl, coming over to here to a train station. Okay, so now that we've determined right here is going to be a train station, let's mark that. I wish I had a better symbol, like a train symbol. So right here is where we're going to put the train. I know I mentioned this, people keep telling me that I can hold C to crouch and not aggro these things. And I thought it was like a bug, everything like that, but I went and rewatched the video where Snut was talking about in update 6 or whatever, when they added crouching to sneak up on the fauna and flora. And who am I to say if it's a bug or not? So if it's in it, I'm going to do it to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to use it. If it's in the game, I'm going to use it to make my life just that much easier. So I don't have to worry about those little hatchers as much. Alright, so we're going to run down right around here. Oh, nuclear hug. I'm out of here. Yeah, we'll have to kill him because this huge area right here is the future train hub. Yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode, I think. I love this base logistics plan we have right now. And now that I can just put down truck stations, run a sugar cube to a train station and run them point A to point B, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Not sure what shape I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna find an inspirational photo for our big train hub and then we'll just build off of that. I just did a big circle for the Fixmas and weapons factories, so probably not just a plain circle, but we'll do something big and massive. And then we'll start running those lines and more next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye now. I gotta walk all the way home.